Welcome back. I hope you are doing great. As a part of this video, we'll understand what is an operating system. First and foremost question is, what is an operating system? Operating system is an interface between computer user and a computer hardware. You have a user, if he or she wants to communicate with an hardware, then you would need a system software that happens to be operating system. An operating system is a program that manages the computer hardware. I hope you got what is operating system. Now, what are the objectives of the operating system? One of the prime objective of an operating system is make the computer system convenient and easy to use for the user. If user wants to use the computer, then it should be convenient, it should be friendly. That is the first objective of operating system. And the second one is to use the computer hardware in an efficient way. Hardware means hardware has multiple components. You got to use them in an efficient way. That is achieved by operating system. And the third one being to execute the user programs and make solving user problems easier. See, why are we using a computer for that matter? We are using the computer to solve our problems, right? If computer is not making it easy, then what is the computer for? So objectives are to make the computer system convenient and easy, to use the computer hardware in an efficient way, and to execute the user programs and make solving user problems easier. But why do we need operating systems? Operating systems, as we already discussed as a part of the definition, it allows us to communicate with the computer without knowing how to speak the computer's language. In a way, we already discussed this as a part of our system software or software introduction. We as human beings do not know the binary language, right? So we need an interface to communicate with the computer hardware. The operating system will make the communication easy for us, and it manages the computer's memory, processors, and as well as software and hardware. So if there is no operating system in the computer, then computer is almost useless. Now let us get into the important functionalities of an operating system. So what does operating system do? First and foremost thing is it does file management. Second one being memory management. The next one is process management. It handles the input and output, and also it controls the peripheral devices. We do have other functionalities of the operating system, but we are limiting our discussion to these 5 important functionalities. Let us look at them one by one. When we have a computer, will we store some data in a computer? Yes, we do. So we store the data in files, right? So operating system helps to create new files in a computer system and also help them to keep them in a specific location. Are we creating the new files for the heck of it? Not really. We want to use them in the future. In that case, operating system will help the user to locate the files in a computer system very easily. When we create files, do we always work on those files on our own? We do share them with the other people in the organization, right? So operating system will make the process of sharing of the files among the different users very easy and also user friendly. So once we create the files, we need to store them. Operating system is the one which will help us to store the files in a separate folders. Folders are also called as directories. Once you create the file, will you not modify it further? You do. Operating system is the one which will help us to modify the files according to the user needs. This is how operating system manages the file. Moving on to the memory management. If I ask you a question, do we have unlimited memory? Not really. And will we use only one application at a time? Again, the answer is no. So when we use multiple applications, the computer memory is limited. So somebody has to manage the memory, right? That is done by the operating system. So memory management is the functionality of an operating system. One of the important aspect what operating system does is it handles or manages the primary memory. It moves processes back and forth between the main memory and disk during the execution. So let us say whenever you are working on a document, that needs to be in a temporary memory. So when you save it, that need to be pushed to the disk. So that is handled by the operating system. Some of the other aspects of the memory management is, as a part of the memory management, operating system keeps track of the each and every memory location, and also it verifies how much of memory is allocated to the different processes. Operating system, as a part of the memory management, also decides which process will get how much of memory, because different processes will need different amount of memory to process, right? So operating system is the one which takes a call which process gets how much memory. It is not only just allocating the memory, it also keeps tracks of the memory, like which process has completed its processing. Is there any processes which has already released its memory? So all those things are tracked by the operating system, and also it updates the status of the memory. Is it available or it is not available? How much of memory available? All those things are tackled by operating system as a part of the memory management. Having understood the memory management, let us understand the process management. What is process? Process is defined as the execution of a program that performs actions, right? So process is nothing but an execution of a program that performs actions. Process management involves creation of the processes, scheduling of the processes, terminations of the processes, and also deadlock. So these are the different aspects of the process management. Some of the important elements of the process architecture are like stack, heap, data, and text. We'll not really worry about all those things as a part of this particular video. One of the important jobs of an operating system is to manage various input and output devices, including mouse, keyboards, touchpad, disk drives, USB devices. You can see all of them here, right? That is one of the important job of an operating system. But in order to manage or handle the input and output devices, there is a IO system required. So whenever you submit a request to read something, to write something, IO system is the one which is taking that request and it is sending it to the respective physical device. After respective physical device perform the processing, whatever the response comes back from the device, that will be sent to the application. So how the operating system is achieving this? So what happens is, if we have to communicate with a particular device, or if operating system has to handle a particular device, we have something called device drivers. So each of a device comes with the device drivers. If you connect either a pen tablet or a camera or any input device, you will see a message saying that device drivers needs to be installed. So device drivers are the software modules that can be plugged into an OS. So what operating system does is, it takes the help from the device drivers to handle all the input output devices. Device drivers help the operating system to control the devices. Wonderful. Then we understood what is operating system and what are the important functionalities of an operating system. You have a wonderful time.